Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic. This is Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath.
Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Family, remember, take your breath, because drinking water is important. But I need you to consciously take your breath. Such a beautiful thing. Come on now. I said, clap it up. I want to say, but I'm going to wait. I want to say, great Imani to each and every last one of you. I know it's late in the day. Great Imani during this week of Umoja. Man. Oh man. Once again, as the clapping ends, I want to say it again. Great day of Imani during the week of Umoja. Now, family, what have you learned about the principle of Umoja for this week? Right? Come on now, those of you that are deeper into the culture. All right, so family, I want to make sure I tell you to like, subscribe, share, and most importantly, comment, because I want to know what you are getting from this. I want to know what you are learning. And I want to ask a question, are you growing? And if you hear something you like, by all means, type in Ashe, right? That's right. Anime says, yep. And Simba, since we just got back from Simba is full of power. And I am hyped, family. I have returned from Simba camp once again. I am energized, but yet my spirit is, I can't even say it's low, but it's like, kind of miss Simba camp. It'd be hard when you're there, but then you come back and be like, damn, I can't believe that we pulled this off. I can't believe that we was able to come together in peace. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I take that back. I know we were able of pulling it off. And I want to give the Columbus family and some of the extended, because some of y'all was sent money from other places. Man, listen, we raised over $2,500 in a few days in order to get and pay for these kids, right? I know we had at least 10 girls go, at least 10, right? And I know that we had at least 15 boys go, right? So we still squared out the books. And if you want to still donate, by all means, family, go on and go to the email or go to our site and just, like I said, hell, buy me a coffee, because it all eventually comes back to me. Also, and like I said, all of it eventually falls back on me. And I was blessed this weekend. I experienced stuff like this before, but this one was unique. Because I don't want to say I didn't, but not. I was recognized by the nation. I was recognized by my peers and my brothers within Simba. We come together. I was recognized by the Baba of our village, the Baba of our nation, and I moved into the Baba status, right? Which is a pleasant burden, a tedious burden that I am willing to carry, right? It's a responsibility, right? Because I got to be there to back up the Baba. So when the Baba can't be there, I got to be there, right? When the Baba can't pour the libations, I got to pour the libations. When the Baba is needed to make a decision and he can't make that decision, I got to be able to make that decision. I have to be able to bring peace. And, I'm pretty good at bringing peace, but I also pretty good at starting some shit too. So, I have to figure out how to meld those two together. You understand what I'm saying? So if you with me somewhere and somebody call me Baba Hatim, You know what I'm saying? Understand that this is legit, right? Because you got a bunch of barbers running around. Mine's is legit. Because the way they did it, oh my God! I mean, shouts out to Brother Chris. We want to give him the Simba roar because the way he set me up for that, I wasn't ready for it, and it was a powerful moment. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a powerful moment that I'm gonna carry with me for the rest of my life, and I want to thank the Simba Nation for providing me with that. Right. So now it's time to build it. So I got to come up with some stuff that I have to do for Simba and Simsa let's just say for the nation. You know, I'm doing all this podcasting and stuff. I got to figure out how to do this full time and bring some real resources along with all the other resources that we got coming into Simba, be able to assist with that in a bigger way. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta make my Baba, both of them. I gotta make both my Babas proud, right? Got Baba Dolly and we got Baba Kelsey, and as well as the other elders that have surrounded and put their arms around me, like the Gaylord Thomases, like the Shedrick Sanders, like the Daryl Greens and the Lona Edwards, and y'all know who y'all are, right? Those that have put their arms around me and supported me, and I mean, in all types of shit, right? And helped me make it through a whole bunch of madness. And a lot of it self-generated. You know, I was young at one point in time. What can I say? You know what I'm saying? But I made it. Let me stop there. I made it to here because the journey's not done yet, right? So we're going to continue growing. And as I tell all those around me, I didn't receive this. We received this. Those of you that's listening here with me, you received this. We received this. I am who I am because you have allowed me to be able to express myself. You have been willing to listen to me go through my ramblings. You have been there with me. You have did work with me or for me. And I could do nothing but thank you. Hey, let's get into the show. I won't be doing the script before the show anymore because I could be doing all that right here during the show. I'm going to do something. I'm going to leave something in the morning for those that are on the Telegram. Of course, you're going to continue getting the proverb of the day. You're going to get the write-up from the direct write-up from the Baba AI, right? From also known as Elder Gye-nyame, right? You'll be getting it from there, straight out of the stuff from Gye-nyame Journey. You know what I'm saying? So come on over to the Telegram so that we could go and have some powerful discussions, right? If you feel me, type in that Ashe. So the proverb for the day is do not look where you fell, look where you slipped. Do not look where you fell, look where you slipped. Right? A lot of us, we are transfixed on where we fail, how we fail. We're hey, y'all gonna have to hold on. This is Baba Kelsey calling me. Y'all gonna have to hold on. All right, fam, man, I just got a call from the Baba. I got a call from my Baba's Baba, right? I'm blessed. Like I said, I have been surrounded by elders. I've been hugged and protected. And in a sense, they gave me the space. Like, people don't understand what I'm trying to do with my kids for Cleveland. They gave me the space to become Hatem, right? Although some of them may have wanted me to go for a higher degree, they accepted me where I was and for what I was doing, right? And allowed me to do it. Hold on. And if you don't have a council of elders for yourself, family, you really need to work on it. All right. So now, proverb, once again, do not look where you fell, look where you slipped. Many of us, a lot of times, we get caught up in that we fail, the fall, right? We're not looking at what we're embarrassed about the fall. We're not looking at what we tripped over or what we slipped on. This ancestral wisdom is telling us, hey, man, take some time to look at what you fell on rather than being concerned about you falling, because what you fell over, if you are able to determine what it is, if you are able to look at it, you can warn other people that's coming behind you so that they don't have to fail. You already failed. It don't matter no more. You done failed. Get up, dust yourself off. But what is the lesson? Many of us are getting caught up in the fall, and we're not getting caught up in the lesson. Next is the algorithm of the day, because I want to make sure that we get the algorithm, because it might not be in the script. And the algorithm for today is my ancestors' resilience is coded into my DNA. Say it with some emotion with me. My ancestors' resilience is coded into my DNA. One more time. My ancestors' resilience is coded into my DNA. Family. I want you to think about that. The resilience that you have, right? That you think you have, right? That you might think is the bomb, is little to nothing when you compare it to the resilience of our people. The collective resilience that you are able to plug into. The resilience that survived the march, the resilience that survived the dungeons, the resilience that survived the journey across the sea, the resilience that survived the hard days and hard nights, the resilience that survived the unmarked grave sites, the resilience that survived the torture, the resilience that survived up until this day. The energy that's there, the countless number of you and me and our ancestors that has suffered so that we could be standing here right now is waiting for us to plug into. So any resilience that you have right now is pales in comparison to what happens to your resilience when we start plugging into that ancestral resilience. That AR, y'all like ancestral intelligence? That AR, the ancestral resilience. Come on, fam. There's nothing we cannot do, nothing we cannot overcome, no place we cannot go, no thing we cannot dominate if that is the goal. You dig? Now, so I got that out. Here we go for the haikus of the day. Picked up a new book titled The Body Keeps Score. Such a true statement. Right? My neck is stiff right now, right? Like, wow, feeling soreness in my... Your body holds on to the trauma that you went through the stressors that you went through. And we have to come up with methods in order to allow individuals to press through and to learn to speak that language. You understand? That language, that original language. That's not riddled with confusing words and confusing titles, but that language, that language of the body. To understand the body and to be able to get a body what it needs. Sometimes you just need to go and immerse yourself in the feeling. Sometimes you need to immerse yourself in the uncomfortableness and deal with it. And I ain't saying deal with it like the macho man stuff. I'm talking about learning what it's from, listening to our bodies. The body keeps the score. We know where the pains are. And until we start learning to deal with it and stop trying to rationalize it, right? You know what I'm saying? You can't rationalize some of this pain. But anyway, let me move on. Next. Being promoted by elders, peers, and children left me with no words. When that shit happened to me, for one of the first times, Brother Hatim was speechless. When the Baba gave me one of his kufis, and y'all know I don't like kufis. I like hats. I got a hat collection, but now I got to start wearing kufis because that's what the title demands. You know, so since that's the thing Baba said, you know, of course I'm gonna throw a nice little hat in there every now and then, right? But that was a powerful thing to have your peers one by one vote you in, right? your students, right? Your friends, your brothers in arms and in struggle. Vote me in. Wow. As the assistant, I guess the best thing I can say is assistant Baba, right? Dopeness. All right. New role required to grow and become wise to help grow nation. So I have to go on and increase my studies and increase my work and expand what I'm doing. So one, I could do it more full time because I'm quite sure that soon as in a few moments, we will be at a point where I will have to be doing this full time. The podcasting, the culture piece, carrying the culture, defending the culture, building upon the culture, defending it, discussing it, and, because that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal. That's what I want to do. And with this new role, it's going to force me to have to do it faster, right? I'm going to have to be able to be at the reunions. I'm going to have to be able to be in the places where representation of the nation needs to be, So that's all that, Here we go. Have learned to trust the spirit that is in me to move things, to move through things, to move through this life. Let me say it again. I have learned to trust the spirit that is in me to move through this life. I've learned to trust that spirit, family, right? It's to a point to where it's crazy. I mean, it's like, and it's what makes people upset is that you can't explain it. You know what I'm saying? I can't put it in words. You know what I'm saying? Because really, ultimately, how can I put it? I don't even think spirit communicates in the way that we think it communicates. The world don't communicate with us like that. When I'm looking at the beauty of a tree and I'm left speechless, that tree is communicating with me in something that I can't describe. And by me trying to describe it, I make it less. The closest I come to it is putting it into some form of poem. But even a poem fails to truly describe what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, the information that is being transferred to my eyes, because you will never be able to see through the description that I'm able to speak the beauty that I see in that tree in that moment, or the beauty of a sunset, or the beauty of a conversation, or a bonding moment. And because our people were not able to put it into words that our oppressors understand, we learned to put that in a dustbin, right? We have been convinced that it's worthless. And I'm here to tell you, family, it's not. I can't explain how and why our processes work. In fact, I'm not interested in even trying to anymore. But I know they work. People are like, you're relying on faith. No, I'm relying on experience because I witnessed it. Example, at Simba, we had a young man that he really wasn't with the process, but as we went through the process and he started embracing the process, he will always not be where he needed to be. And one time he was where he was needed to be, and I needed to close the ceremony. So I grabbed him by his arm as he was trying to sneak by me because he knew I was going to say something. Because I'm like, yo, man, there he is, out of place. I grabbed him by the arm and I gave him the mic. I said, here, you're going to do the closing prayer. He stood there and he looked at me. What am I going to do? I mean, earlier he just told me no, put it down. But now we in process. We in the process. And I'm telling everybody around me, trust the process. And people are in doubt, trust the process. People are in doubt, trust the process. And I give a mic to somebody that everybody feel that because they know or they think they know him, that he's going to just, why you get here tonight? What am I supposed to say? I said, did you enjoy the day? Yeah. I said, did you eat good? Was the food good? Yeah. Did you have a good time? Did you go swimming? Yeah. Did you enjoy it? Yeah. Be grateful. You enjoy being here with the nation? Yeah. And he did a beautiful, beautiful prayer. Right? Trust in the process. I've learned to trust the spirit that is in me to move through this life. And we need, as a people, we need to learn to trust in the spirit that it is in we. Because it can't be defined, it can't be confined into one of these books, because once we confine it into the book, we encapsulate it, as Dr. Kelsey said today during the divine conversation. We encapsulate, we imprison it. And the spirit can't be imprisoned. Right? All right, so let's get into the script. Oh, let me do the Ubuntu loop for today. Eventually, I'm going to work this in on a daily basis because I got at least 10, and I'm going to build up some more, and I'm going to work it into the script. But the Ubuntu loop, I am because we are, and we are because I am. You see the loop there? Boom, it goes back and it returns back to the I. It goes from the I to the we, back to the I to the we. It's a continuous loop, right? I to we, to I, to we, to I. And that's how we got to exist, because we are a communal people. We are a collective people. We have to understand that. Many of y'all trying to dodge that because y'all want to get into what y'all believe West Asians are doing, but they ain't doing that. They moving as a group. They have outliers, and they have other individuals that play different roles, and you get caught up in the roles that they're playing and you're not looking behind the total game, because you're going to need your ancestors. You're going to need to step back as a we into the we so that you can see the entire game being played. Because you need individuals on the fringe of you that can act nice so that you could drop your guard, and then they don't have to feel the guilt when their thugs knock the shit out of you. Oh man, I wasn't even expecting that. Y'all so wrong. Y'all so wrong for doing that to him. Oh man, I'm sorry. Take him away. Okay. There's nothing I could do. Y'all, we be falling for the okie doke all the damn time. So we need to start catching some people on the okie doke. You understand? All right. So let's get to the script. Oh, I ain't give y'all the ones. So I am unwavering because we are unwavering, and we are unwavering because I am unwavering. I am devoted because we are devoted, and we are devoted because I am devoted. I am spiritual because we are spiritual, and we are spiritual because I am spiritual. I am trusting because we are trusting, and we are trusting because I am trusting. I am resilient because we are resilient, and we are resilient because I am resilient. I am confident because we are confident, and we are confident because I am confident. I am eternal because we are eternal, and we are eternal because I am eternal, and I am unshakable because we are unshakable, and because we are unshakable, guess what? I am as unshakable as well, and you are unshakable as well. All right, so let's get to the script. I know, anime. Calm down. Oh, I got sound effects. Put the pistol up, anime. Put the pistol up. Yeah, and I ain't had sound effects in a while, so let's get into it. The official haiku for the day is bloodline of belief. Shed the noise that hides your strength. Faith is in your code. Y'all know the proverb of the day: do not look where you fell, look where you slipped. That is from Liberia, and that's by the Vi people. So I want to greet everybody that's in the house right now: elders, nation builders, Watotos. Did I say? Yeah, I said warriors already. An entire tribe, the entire nation, as we start growing. Of course, you know today is Imani, and it marks a sacred milestone on our journey. We are anchored in the seventh principle, the Nguzo Saba, and glowing in the vibrant red frequency of Imani, or faith for the uninitiated, right? Circulating life through the ancestral bloodline. Faith in our tradition is not passive wishing, blind compliance, or waiting for external rescue. Imani is the act of unwavering conviction that the victory is already established before the physical battle manifests. Somebody type out share if you understand that, right? We got to go in this thing already knowing that we winners. Mama Margarita says it every time. If you read when she posts on there, she say Ashe, 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 or we will win. We have won, right? We are, because really, when it comes down to it, family, we have won. Not only we will win, we have won. I need you to understand that. We have won. That's a different level. And like I said, as we continue our discussions, you understand why I say that, right? Because once again, we exist in the past, the present, and the future, right? And I'm telling you right now, the future has already told us we have won. But anyway, when our ancestors navigated the darkest valleys of the black experience in America, what kept them standing? It was the internal algorithm hand-wired into their spirit. Consider the Liberian proverb, do not look where you failed, look where you slipped. Also, the algorithm for the day, once again, I want to put it in this space because I might have messed up. My ancestral resilience is coded in my DNA. When you trip and hit the ground, staring at the dirt where you landed does nothing for you. The ground is simply where the gravity brought your physical frame to rest. The real work, the true science of spiritual root cause analysis is looking back at the exact spot where your footing slipped. In 1847, when the founders of Liberia stepped forward to establish the African First Democratic Republic, they looked past the painful collapse of chattel slavery, where our people had fallen, and analyzed the core mechanisms of subjugation, establishing a sovereign nation. Likewise, when President Truman signed Executive Order 9981 in 1948 to desegregate the armed forces, or when the Americans with Disabilities Act was enacted in 1990, the shift occurred because leaders stopped obsessing over the outward systems and dismantled the structural defects at the root. Modern science now validates through epigenetics what our elders taught for millennia. Trauma may leave marks, but resilience, triumph, and divine intelligence are hardwired into the double helix of your DNA, as written in the Warrior's Handbook to Life Journey. You are not a victim of historical circumstances. You are the living, breathing continuations of survivors who conquered every storm so that you could stand sovereign today. To activate Imani today, you do not need to do more or burden yourself with heavy spiritual tasks. You simply need to practice via Negachiva. Cut the noise, drop the weight, scrape off the false buildup that obscure your natural light. Identify where the false narratives have accumulated. Fixating on the fall, obsessing over the financial strain, the heartbreak, or the temporary mistakes instead of locating where your awareness slipped. Absorbing external noise, letting media gossip, blame, shame, and guilt drown out your internal compass. The illusion of helplessness, accepting the lie that you are a helpless victim of your environment rather than an intentional creator carrying ancestral power. Shed these false programs. When you realign Imani with the reality that your blood carries the memory of empire, builders, and healers, fear evaporates. You stop treating surface symptoms and rewrite your operating system. Move directly from negativity into peace, power, and joy. Family, this is Brother Hatim, and I'm done. And you know what that means.
You are now listening to Gye-nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Simba production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.